Hi everybody, it's your boy Seth Bunny. Welcome back to another video. Now in this video I'm going to show you how to create this flyer step by step. So don't miss it. Let's go straight into it. We're going to use A4 size because we want it to be more like a poster or a flyer style. So we'll go to file and we'll go to new, and then we'll go to print thereabout, and then we're going to look for the A4 size. Okay, now if you didn't know the A4 size, set it to millimeters, set it here to 210 and set this side to 297. We want the resolution to also be 300 because we want it to be very high quality. I'm going to call it church poster, and then I'll set it to color white at this side. Also guys, make sure it's peso per inch. Click on create. Then you want to bring in our guides as well. I'll set it to 10 across the board, and then I'll click on OK. Now I'm going to bring my image in there. Okay, now the image, we are going to pull this image and we're going to drag it in there like that, and then we just want it to be. Now already I am happy with this, and so I'm going to put it in a group. Okay, and then let's call it image, and then I will bring in the other details. So the first thing I am going to bring is this. I'll drag it into Photoshop and then leave it like that. Good. I'll drag it underneath the image. I'm going to put it in a group by clicking on Ctrl G, and then I'm going to call it BG for background. Now we still want to add more to it, so I'll go to this side and then drag this one. Okay, I'm talking about this blue sky here. Drag it into it, and then let's resize it. Great. Also, you want to drag this side here. Oh, let's do it this way. Let's see. Awesome. I feel like this is great. I'm going to put it also, give it a mask. Pick my brush, pick a soft round brush, set the side to color black, click on the mask here, and then we want to begin. Guys, make sure your mask is on, and also make sure your caps lock is on. Okay, we want to begin by cleaning certain side of the sky. Okay, so we're going to start by cleaning this side. I want my opacity also to be 100. Okay, I'm going to clean this side. This is great. Okay, maybe you should bring in more. Okay, I'm going to set this to color white so that I can bring in more as well. I don't want this to show. Okay, so that is it. And what can we do else? Let's bring in exposure. Now the reason I'm bringing exposure is because I want the text on it to show. Okay, now it's too bright. We want the text on it to show. Yeah, this is good. Also, we want to bring in some glow at this side. So we're going to pick our brush to set this side to color white, and then we're just going to brush that side. Alright, so maybe this will do. The other thing is that we also want to bring in some plants. So I'm going to drag this all the way there first, and then I'm going to drag it this way. I feel like this is good. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to give it a brush, and I'm going to give it a mask, and then I'm going to mask this side. Okay, alright, and so I'm going to bring this image as well, and I'll drag it there just to conceal. I'm doing that just to conceal the edges that I masked. Great. The next thing is I'm going to bring in some clouds. I'm looking at, I don't know which clouds I should pick. I'm going to pick this one for the meantime. Drag it here. Okay, and then make it quite smaller. I'll duplicate it twice. 1, 2. Okay, and then I'll just try and bring it down a bit. Also bring it here a little bit. Good. And I don't want, you can see this white one. Let me name it white brush. I don't want that to interfere with the sky, so I'm going to clean it. Now you're wondering how I cleaned it in the sky. I set this to color black, pick my brush, and then click on this side before I could clean it. Okay, so the next thing also is that you want to duplicate, where is the skies, that's this all the way to the side. I'm going to drag, I'm going to put it in a group. I'm going to call it clouds, and then these are the plants, right? So I'm going to put those ones also in a group. I'm going to call them clouds. Great. Now let's open the clouds. All right. And which one should I duplicate? This one. I'm going to bring it all the way here, and then I would, let me drag it somewhere here. What I'm going to do is I would go to filter, I'll go to blur, and I'll go to Gaussian blur, and then I'll blur it 16 over here, and then I'll click on OK. Good. Maybe I should drag it in a bit more. So that settles that one as well. I feel like we are done, and the whole background is now prepped for us to begin our work. We could also throw in a few glow as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my brush, and then I'll create a new layer here, and then I'll come to this side, and I'm going to pick this color code FDCA01. Alright, and then make sure my caps lock is off. Then I'll click here, I'll go and I'll set it to linear dodge. Good. Then I'll create another layer again, and then I'll come to this side, and then I'll come and pick the color around here. I'll click there, I'll go there, I'll set it to linear dodge. Now this, I'm going to make this one very small and drag it in the middle here somewhere. Good. So now we have our glow. You can put it in a group, and then we are going to call it glow. Let's drag it here. You want to drag it on top of the image. Good. And then let's make it quite bigger. That's good. Duplicate it again. This time make it a little bit smaller, and drag it at the stem of the branch. It has to. Yeah. That is good. That is good. That is good. Okay, so we are done with the glow as well. Now we also want to start by bringing in our theme. I'm going to type here, and then I'm going to bring in rain. Copy it, and then we're going to paste it there. Okay, and then you're going to paragraph, and then make it left or right align. Sorry, right align. Go to your character there, and then you're going to choose Maga font bold, and then let's make it bigger. Okay, so something like this is good. You know, let's bring our lines, and I feel like maybe we should bring it somewhere here. Maybe let's bring it down more. Now guys, you can also see one thing. This is one of the challenges you'll be facing. It's interfering with the, you know, the trees here and all those details in the background. So the best thing we can do, okay, is to increase the size of the plant. You feel me? The size of the plant. Increase it more, and then drag it in there. Good. And then perhaps also let's drag this one in there a bit more. Good. And what else can we do? Also, if possible, the glow, this one, let's shift it more. Okay, so I like this so far. And I feel like the range should be reduced also a little bit. That makes sense, right? Alright, now let's make the rain color white. Interesting. And then let's also, guys, is bold here. This doesn't really matter. The track, and let's make it -20. Everything, leave it like this, and then that is all. Now we also want to clean the dot on top of the eye, so let's give it a mask. Pick your brush, go and pick hard round brush. Okay, caps lock off, and then set the color here to color black. Guys, I'm not going to go over masking again because I think by now you should know how to do it. So that is it. And then let's type there, and then let's pick that. I'm going to paste it there. Now we are going to use GUMROAD for it. We're also going to make it all caps, guys, and then we're going to set the size to around 16 there about. I'm going to drag it somewhere here. Good. You want to zoom in for this, then you're going to pick your rectangular selection tool, and then you want to select there, and then go back to the ring, the mask here, click on your brush and then mask it. Good. Now you also want the part to be in the middle of that space. It should fall in the middle of that space. Good. I also feel like the glue here is too much, so it needs to go back a little bit more. So what you're going to do, you're going to drag it back a bit more. Makes sense, right? So we can really see it well. Everything is good, everything is good, everything is good. Now let's put this in a group. Let's call it theme. However, we are not done with it. We want to open it again, and then let's type the rest of the details. Let's go and then let's pick the Lord of there, and then let's paste it there. Okay, now you also want it to be left aligned, like a right aligned, sorry, like I showed you. Okay, we are using GUMROAD as usual, and then we need to increase the size a bit more. Maybe this is okay, maybe it's okay. And then we want to set this side to let's say 55. Good. We want it to be close. Now you can also see we are using this straight line here. That is what we want to use. Make sure you drag this, and you also want to make sure it touches it, and drag it down. Really let it come close, guys. Good. But what you're trying to do is the distance between this and this should also be almost the same distance between this and that, if that makes sense. And we also don't want it to be bold, we want it to be semi-bold. Good. I also feel like the background cloud there is too much, so you want to go back to that cloud and then reduce it. Just tone it down. Alright, tone it down like that. It shouldn't conflict with the text on top. That's the whole point. So we are done with that as well. You want to duplicate it and then drag it down, and then you want to go and pick that, and then you want to paste it there. Now with this as well, let's make it actually capital letters. Alright, good. And then let's resize it. Alright. Alright. Also, let's give it some tracking. Let's give it 600. Nice. Now let's bring our lines. Control H to bring our lines, and you want to drag it till it touch there. Okay, and then give it that equal spacing as well. Alright, so let's drag it down a bit more. I like this so far. I think this is good. Great. Now let's come to the load of the, let's set it to 88%. Good. And then the mask on the ring here, let's pick up a brush. Let's set it to soft round brush, and then let's set the opacity here to 20. Good. And then let's set it to color black here. Click on the mask. You all know how we mask, right? So you want to clean just the top here, that is all, the top here, and then now lower the brush and then just continue clicking there like that. Alright, so I think this is okay. Wow, interesting. We are done with the theme. We want to bring the logo. Let's go and bring in our logo, drag it all the way to Photoshop, and then just release it. Drag it there. Okay, now for the logo, interesting enough, we are not going to make it left aligned. Okay, so we're going to keep it somewhere here in the middle of the whole thing here like that. I think this is good, but you can experiment and then pick the one that you want. I'm also going to bring in the date. I'm going to type there, and then I'm going to pick that one, then I'm going to paste it there, and then I'll go, and then we are using Montserrat again. Remember that, guys. Control T, and then let's resize it. Okay, let's drag it somewhere here, and then make sure it touches those lines. Good. And then what should we do next? Okay, so let's now type there, and then let's pick our time, and then let's paste it there. We want the time to be very bold, very bold. Okay, so the time, what we are going to use for the time is extra bold. Great. And then we are going to move it closer there. We also want to draw a rectangle around it, if that makes sense. Good. And we're going to double click it. We're going to give it this code 00394E, and then we're going to drag it underneath that. Let's put it in a group, and then let's call it time. Let's also put this in a group, and then sorry, this in a group, and then let's call it date. Good. And then let's put this in a group, and then let's call it logo. Good. Now let's go to the time. Hold Control and click on the rectangle, the terminal there. You can see there's a dancing ant around it. Now click on your move tool, and then click select this one. Alright, and then come and click here, and then come and click here. Alright, maybe we should reduce it a bit more. Nice. And then we need to pick a color for it. So the color we are going to be picking is FFCC00. Interesting. And let's close it. Now you want to duplicate the time, and you want to drag the date and bring it down a little bit. Let's call it venue. Now open it, and then this you want to go and then go and pick that, and then double click it and paste it there. Now you also want to make it very small, very small. Okay, and then you also want to double click it and then pick the ones underneath it. Go to character. You want to set those ones to medium. Okay, it brings in a nice contrast. This is good. Now the venue, let's see what is achieved. The venue is touching the line. Okay, let's go to the time. The time is not touching it. Let's drag the time there. Another thing, you want to zoom in as well for this. Okay, you want to also make sure that distance between them are almost the same. Now I feel like the distance between them are not the same, so I'm going to drag what is it called, the date up a bit more. Then I'm going to drag the time a bit more. We want equal spacing between them, guys. Remember, equal spacing between them. Then I'm going to pick the venue. Also going to drag it there like that. Even if it's not the same, it should look like the same. I believe this is okay. We are done with everything nice now. So what we are going to do now is let's add some rain effect to it, to just make everything more interesting and dynamic. So I'm going to bring this rain here, and I want the rain to fall from this direction, so I will right click it and then flip horizontal. Good. And then I'm going to drag it like that, and then drag it somewhere here. Then I'm going to duplicate it and then also drag it down like that. I'm going to select both of them, and then I'll go to this side, and I'm going to select I'll choose screen for it. Now the one on top, I'm going to give it a mask, and then I'm going to increase it. I'm going to mask this side. Okay, so guys, make sure your opacity and your flow is 100%. I'm going to mask this side. Alright, maybe I should clean this side as well. I'm going to give this one mask, and then I'm going to clean this side as well. Good. Then I'll duplicate it. This time I'm going to delete the mask from it. Where is it? This one. Click on my move tool and then let's see, that's it. So I'm going to move it here to the topmost side. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hold Alt and click on the mask there. Okay. Then I click on my brush tool and set this side to color white. All I want is this side to show. Okay. Go this side to show. And then I'll duplicate it again. And I'll duplicate it again. Good. Also, I'll give it a new mask or a new layer. Pick my brush tool and then brush somewhere here, and then set it to linear dodge. And then I'm going to put it there like that. Alright, so that is it. Basically, that is it. I'll merge everything together. Control Alt Shift and then E. Right click it and then convert it to a smart object. Now it's time to add the final color grading to it using a filter. Let's go to Camera Raw filter, and then over there we can begin to fix the rest. So I'll go to basics and then I'll put these sliders just a little bit. Alright guys, so this is how you achieve this flyer. Now if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget guys, there are more videos coming up. I don't want you to miss it. If you want the PSD of this file, check the description, check the Gumroad account and then get it. See you all in the next one. Peace out.